everyone! This video is going to walk you through just how to get started with the GitHub and using the GitHub Classroom and how to connect that into your Visual Studio. So let's go ahead and let's look at lab number 2. If you scroll down, the GitHub repository link is located right there in your assignment. So go ahead and click on that. Once you do that, it's going to ask you to join the classroom if you have not already done that. But for this exercise, I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the next step. So I'm going to look at this, verify that it is the assignment that I want. It is going to automatically put your username at the end of whatever I've put in as the assignment. So for this, it's going to say lab 2 dash and then your username. Go ahead and click on accept this assignment. Now it says you've accepted the assignment. We're configuring your repository. It's going to take a few minutes to finish. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video until it's ready for me to go. I've hit the refresh button and I'm ready to go. It's going to tell me that I've accepted the assignment, lab 2, and my repository has been created along with an HTML link to that repository. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that repository. It's going to take me directly to that repository. There is some information that is going to be in the assignments as you go through them. The very first one that comes up always is going to be your README. In there, I'm going to have some advice, maybe some pointers, and it's going to give you instructions. I went ahead and put the instructions in its own file for this lab just so that you can see what that looks like. What's also going to be here at the bottom is where you're going to put your honor statement at the end of doing your program. All of these blue, or where you can see it turns from the pointer to the little finger, that means that it's a link. So if I come up here and say see instructions for the program instructions, I can see them in two different ways. I can click on this for instructions and it'll take me to the instruction list. Or if I go back, I can actually see the instruction file is right here. All these right here are all the different files. Here we've got some classroom feedback. Don't worry about that for now. But for now, we're going to use the instructions and the README. When I am ready to update the honor statement, I go ahead and click on the little pencil, which is going to allow me to edit. I'm going to add my honor statement down here at the bottom and sign it with my name. When I scroll down, I can do a few things, sorry. I can preview when I click here and it will show me what my honor statement looks like. And then when I am happy with what it looks like, I'm going to scroll all the way down and I'm going to say commit changes. Here's where I can put some optional instructions. So here I can say updated honor code and signed, and then you click on commit changes. I haven't made any changes, so my commit changes is not valid. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Now, in order to go back to the very first part of the assignment, I can look up here and it will say lab 2 and it'll have your username. When I click on that, it's going to take me back to this main portion. There are some buttons up here. I can go to a file and it will take me to all the files in this repository. I can add a file, create, or by uploading. And here I can use code. So local code spaces, here is where I can say open with GitHub Desktop or open with Visual Studio. For this first assignment, we're going to go ahead and use DevC++. It's a little bit easier than going into Visual Studio, and that's going to be a whole lesson in itself. But we can go ahead and open up DevC++ and create a file by saying file new. Oops, file new, source file. What we want to do is do a file save as. We can call it lab 2a, and what we want to do is save it as a .c file and not a CPP. You're going to go ahead and navigate in your top portion here to where you want it. Make sure you remember where you put it, and then go ahead and hit save. Include. Again, it does put the close when you do the open, so just be careful you don't put multiple closes. stdio.h and void main, and just do a quick printf. Make sure we put our semicolon. We're going to go ahead and hit the save button. And in order to compile and run, you can actually do them separately or you can do them together. You can do them for the icons up here at the bar. The first one's compile, the second one is run, the third one is compile and run. You can also go to execute, compile, run, or both, or F9, F10, and F11, whichever one you choose. I'm going to go ahead and just click on that to compile it there. You can see down here at the bottom there is a compile log. That is where you're going to find all your errors and warnings. Right now it says I have 0. Perfect. That's what I want to see. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to open up your console window and do your output. So here's my hello world. In order to get rid of that, I just hit the X button, and then to get out of DevC++, I can just do File, Exit. That's all you need. Now, writing and compiling is only step 1. The second step is to go ahead and upload your file into GitHub. So find where your project repository is. You can add file, upload file. What you're going to do is you're going to navigate to where you put that file. I put mine somewhere in here. I believe it is right there. C source file. You do not need the exe application file. So go ahead and hit the C file. So go ahead and drag and drop. And then I can commit changes. File, let's do file complete. Oops, I can't spell. And I can hit commit changes. What that's going to do is that's going to actually take that file off of my hard drive and upload it. Here you can see file complete. You can also click on this file and look at it here. You can actually edit it and open it in GitHub Desktop. But that's where you want your file to be once you're done.